Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, The Museum Archive. Today we are here in one of the most visited and the first public museum of the world, the British Museum, London. In this short video, I will showcase three of the ancient amphoras of one of the most sophisticated civilization in history, which literature, sculptures, and architectural antiquity had impacted many civilizations, and its classic, the bedrock of the contemporary. It is where the cradle of religious conviction, wherein man became the center masterpiece of the universe, and its mythical folk tales of God and goddesses and legends of heroes spring unparalleled far beyond anything else. Come and join me, and together we will take part of the journey of the ancient mythical Greek history, and we will go beyond time, wherein the immortal Greek god and goddesses' vibrant existence were commemorated and depicted in the amphoras that endured in space and time inside the British Museum. Amphora is a Greco-Roman word developed in Greek during the Bronze Age and was common in ancient Mediterranean world as a principal means for transporting and storing grapes, olive oil, grain, fish, wine, oil, and other commodities. Historically, amphoras is the containment of the prize of oil from the sacred olive tree for the winners of the athletic contest held to honor the ancient Greek goddess, which were kept and perhaps used to store wine before buried with the prize winner. Significantly, the ceremonial purposes, which differs vastly from the more functional versions, either for ceremonial ritual, funeral, and marriages. The special Panathenaic prize, amphora, which was decorated with black figure, is produced exclusively as prize vessels and retain its figure technique for centuries before the introduction of the red figure vase, which reversed the black figure style, wherein the reddish figures appear light against the black background of the pot's surface, and details of the figures such as eyes and interior lines were painted in black, allowing the brush to be more subtle characterization than did an incising tool, and with more naturalistic and aesthetically appealing treatment of human figures, which red hues mimicked the color and tone of sun-bronzed skin and dramatically spotlighted the figures against a dark background. Around 500 BCE, Greek artists abandoned the convention of using only profile views and began to use three-quarter frontal poses, as well as foreshortening and the carefully depicted overlapping of one figure on another. These advances ushered in the zenith of Greek pottery design and also give some idea of contemporaneous achievement in large-scale painting on the highest quality, wherein the subject matter is an exhaustible mine of information on Greek life and thought. Artists sought to endow their figures with mood and character, as well as the capacity for action, and the monotony was avoided by the use of different poses, gestures, and expressions to render emotion and clarity the narrative action. The repertoire of subjects was greatly enlarged, using scenes from everyday life, as well as the standard heroic and mythological themes wherein the potter or artist names were inscripted in the scene in the painted ware as identifying mark. Number 3. The Battle of Amphora between Heracles and Kychnos. Kychnos was a bandit prince who seized control of the sacred grove of Apollyon at Itanos in southern Thessalia, where he stole offerings intended for the god. When Heracles was passing through the region, Kychnos challenged him to a duel. Ares then stepped forth to do battle, but Zeus separated the pair with a cast of a thunderbolt. Heracles to right, with lion skin and short purple chiton, quiver at back, draws sword out of sheath to attack Cycnos, who retreats to right, looking back, fully armed, with lofty visored helmet, bound with a fillet, stripped chiton, and the shield with device of a tripod. Between them is Zeus, the right looking to left, interrupting the combat with both arms raised. He is bearded, with long hair curly in front, fillet, long stripped, chiton, and himation, both embroidered. On the left is Athene to right, with long tresses, high-crested helmet, fillet, richly embroidered chiton, with diploidion and himation tied in front, shield on left arm, thrusting with a spear. On the right is Ares, in a similar attitude, bearded, with visored helmet, short chiton, and chlamys, both embroidered, greaves, and the Boeotian shield, the device in which is a star of 12 points, in black and purple on white, between two white lions, geared up and looking back. The 55.8 centimeters in height pottery was made in Attica, Greece, and was acquired by the British Museum in 1861. Number 2. The wedding amphora of Peleus and Thetis. Both Zeus and Poseidon were suitors of the sea nymph Thetis. But when they learned that her son was destined to be greater than her son father, they decided she should marry the mortal Peleus instead. Concerned it might be wrong to happen during the wedding, Zeus turned down Eris as a guest, which the latter eventually attended. Accordingly, Eris, the personification of strife and dissonance, rolls the apple of discord into the wedding party. Three goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, see the words for the fairest inscribed their name of the apple skin. Zeus, who thrown the apple out of Olympus, was picked by the wondering Paris in the plain of Troy. When he reads the words, "For the fairest," the divine goddesses appear. Paris, who then chose Aphrodite, who wins the contest, and in exchange, Paris gets the love of Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, who happened to be the wife to Greek king Menelaus, brother of Agamemnon. When Paris takes Helen to the citadel of his father Priam, the sons of Atreus, Agamemnon, and Menelaus rally the Greeks to war and launch 1,000 ships on the Aegean Sea to get Helen back, which led to the Trojan War. Here are the description of the painted amphora. The wedding guests arrive at the bridegroom's house, where Peleus stands ready to receive them. Among the first are Dionysus, god of wine, Hebe, personification of youth, and the centaur Charon, guardian and teacher of Peleus, and Thetis, future son. Achilles, between the columns of Peleus, house the artist has signed his name. Sophilus painted me. He is the earliest Athenian vase painter whose signature survives. Athena and Athermus ride in the last chariot. They are followed by Thetis' grandfather, the fish-tailed sea god Okeanos, his wife Ethis, and Eiletheia, goddess of childbirth. Bringing up the rear is the lame god Hephaestus, seated side-saddled on a mule. The next two chariots are occupied by Hermes, Apollo, and by Ares and Aphrodite behind the first chariot. Three muses pause while one plays the pipes. The first chariot in procession carries Zeus and Hera, the second Poseidon and Amphitrite, the groups of Fates, Muses, and Graces who mark among the chariots punctuate and vary the rhythm of the procession. The all-god and goddesses of Olympus wedding celebration was painted by Sophilos. Number 1. Amphora of the Greek hero Achilles strike down the Amazon queen Penthesilea. Doomed by Aphrodite to violate every man she meets, the cross-dresser Amazon queen Penthesilea is well respected for her bravery, her skill in weapons. Her wisdom had led an army of Amazons to help Troy and fight against the Greeks, and having distinguished herself on the battlefield in a day battle, the Amazon queen confronted and was eventually killed by Achilles in hand-to-hand combat. But after taking off their helmet, Achilles falls in love with her. The 18 centimeters diameters, 41 centimeters height, 29 centimeters width pottery wherein the Greek hero Achilles steps to right, bearded with long tresses, fully armed, high-crested helmet and short-stripped chiton, and has beaten down the Amazon queen Penthesilea on one knee and plunges spear into her throat in chaotic Trojan War. The pottery is one of the main attractions of the Greek collection, was produced between 530-525 BC in Attica, Greece, and was acquired by the British Museum in 1836. That's all, guys. Hope you enjoyed the short presentation. I would like to thank the British Museum for their valuable sources and materials, and also Google, Wikipedia, and Britannica Art Greek Pottery. Please don't forget to comment and share your ideas below. And for more video presentation about museum relics, monuments, artifacts, please click like and subscribe to my channel, Museum Archive. And please follow my Instagram, Randolph Catan Borses. Thank you.